For joining us for another episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today we get to discuss a movie that I really enjoyed called The Rip with Matt Damon and therefore Ben Affleck trying to play not dirty cops, which I thought that's what the story was going to be about. I was wrong. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. You can like on the video and comment on the video. Please watch the intro. It says all that, and then we'll get the group in here and see what they thought. Who did it and why? We're going to talk about that.
Wait, I got to do it now. Wait. This is gonna be funny. Wait. You ready? I got to do it.
This is awesome. This is amazing. I love it.
It was psychological. It was emotional.
Extremely entertaining.
But as always, as we try to say here, as we said, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And as we talk about this video, please like on the video and comment on the video, and we will get back to you as soon as possible.
All righty. So, Glenn. It was Glenn. I didn't see Glenn coming. I'm telling you right now. I was like, what? I was like, he was just a mild-mannered cop. But Stacey, please start us off. What did you think of the movie?
Are we sticking to positives?
Yes, positives.
Jeez.
I can come back to you.
Tiana Taylor didn't do much, so that's good. I think the ending saved it for me. Up until that, I was just kind of like annoyed. So yeah, you might need.
All right. I'm gonna mark it every time, Stacey. All right, Jamani, you got some actual positives because if not, I'm gonna keep it moving.
Yeah, I thought that definitely. I guess this movie is hard to promote because, like, I had no idea what this movie was about, and I tried to figure out like in a synopsis or like how I would tell somebody else what the movie's about, and I have no idea how to do that, like without giving away certain
The ending.
Yeah, it's like all I can say is I walked in, thought I was going to get Training Day, and no, I really expected that when it was like the consent to search, I thought she was going to really look close at the paper and it was going to be like some takeout menus or something. But yeah, it was surprisingly good. I thought that Mike probably could have got away at the end if he had come across some dumpsters or something to hide. But yeah, it was a better movie than I thought it was going to be. Definitely Netflix quality. Like definitely not something you would go to the movies to see. But yeah, it was pretty good for at home streaming. Yes.
Okay, Jamani, I appreciate that. Kim, hello.
Hi.
Do you have positives?
Yes,
Well, what are your positives, please?
I enjoyed the whole thing. Now I did actually think that Ben Affleck and
Matt Damon.
Damon were gonna be bad cops. I did think that, but there were bad cops in it, so we weren't that far off, right? So it was just that they happened to be the good guys. Normally, they're the bad guys when they're in a movie together, right? So, or one is good and one is bad. So, but anyway, I like both of them. Period. So I enjoyed the entire thing. I like the twist at the end. And it is a Netflix movie. It is not something I would have went to the movies to see ever. Just because it to me, it didn't have enough. It didn't have enough in the writing for me to pay. As expensive as it is to go to the movies, I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. But other than that, yeah, it's a good streaming movie, and so I did like it. I liked it a lot, and it had really good actors in it. I mean, Tiana Taylor, we did not see she didn't do a lot, but she was still there. But the actors, we've seen them in a bunch of stuff, right? Yeah. So it was really good actors in it. So I enjoyed it. I watched it twice actually. So yeah.
I guess I'm the only one. I thought this was theater worthy. I too went in asking the question. I thought it was Dirty Cops. I thought this was like Den of Thieves, The Shield, something like that. It goes wrong and they're fighting each other for the money. That's what I thought. And what's great about the movie is that that's all reasonable. As you're walking through the movie, you're like, Matt Damon ain't shit. He just told Ben Affleck, I hate being a cop, right? Like, you know, you do all this for what, right? And then, you know, like you're looking at Ben Affleck and like he just fighting his brother. Like he looks like he's unhinged. You're like, okay, he could want to take this money. Then you get Tiana Taylor and Lolo, and like they're both like, hey girl, you know, we could take about, I don't know, a couple of stacks, right? I mean, we could do that. And you're like, oh shit, like they're actually gonna rob these people, right? So I'm like, every time, and then they make Glenn, I'm gonna call him Glenn because that's who he is to me. It makes Glenn look like he's the lone voice of reason, right? You know, when Desi's like, hey, you know, they're about to steal the money. And he's like, what? Huh? They're going to steal the money? I was like, oh, look at Glenn. They're going to kill him. They're going to bash his head in. Oh, my God. And then like, no, he did that shit. Like, it's him. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, and then the DA, oh, I was like, this is cool. I was like, it's a psychological drama that turns into an action drama at the end. Because you got two chases, not one, you got two. You got a car chase and you got a foot chase. It's like, so whichever one, and then both of them were exciting. I was like, this is, and then does it hold up to a second review? So I'm gonna start with Kim. I'm working my way backwards. Kim, does it with the twists, because you know, Tubi twists don't hold up to a second review. So with the twist, do you feel like it holds up? Can you see it? Can you see it like develop? Oh, grandson said no. I can come back. Can I come back? Because you're screaming at the kid now at this point. Okay, let's do that. All right, Jamal. All right, okay, Jamal.
So I don't think that. I'm like, yeah, what do you call it? The DA? No, what was the guy that was in it with Mike?
DEA. He was a DEA agent.
Okay, yeah. His twist wasn't, you know, all that great. It was the Mike twist of him being in on it because he's the one that you think is the snitch. You know, you think that he's the one who he keeps, you know, texting Major or, you know, their supervisor and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, his one led up, and it still doesn't make sense where like they just killed the captain. I'm like, you need to give me like 5 more minutes prior to that happening, because it just seems weird. Like, yes, we're gonna catch her on a highway or wherever they were where they killed her, and she gets off a text and the phone falls, and I was like, yeah, this just seems real convenient. Like they just wanted to wrap this captain story up real quick at the beginning, and I was like, I need a little bit more. But
well, it's not wrapped up, Jamani. She's the catalyst for the whole movie. Like it's her murder that causes the feds to come in. It's her murder that leads to the text message. So like similar to His and Hers, like she's like the biggest character with the least amount of screen time. but she.
Yeah, and the same thing like we said with His and Hers. We was like, yeah, we could have got a little bit more of that character before they died, just like the captain.
Who are you talking about? You keep on talking about the captain. Who are you talking about?
The captain at the beginning who texts the
That's the same person. So
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay. Julie. Jackie. So Jackie. So Ben Affleck's secret love. That wasn't a secret.
Right.
I thought that was Matt Damon's.
No, that was Ben Affleck's.
Okay.
They kept on showing you the flashbacks and then in the bed kissing and shit. You don't remember that?
I did not see that.
It's too much. It's too much, bro. I know it's too much for you. I got you. Okay, we're gonna go to Stacey so she can complain a little bit, and then we're gonna circle back. We're gonna circle back to Kim, so she can say positives. Stacey, you can complain now, just a little bit.
Thank you. Okay. So I went into this completely blind, so I didn't know what it was about, and then I'm thinking like, okay, so they're obviously going to steal the money. But it didn't make any sense that they were going to steal the money, but it did make sense they were going to steal money. Anyway, I'm thinking like, okay, cops are just sitting there and you're told about a heist. And whenever he kept changing the number, like, how much is it? Oh, it's 300. How much is it? It's 75. How much is it? It's 150. I was like, what the fuck is happening? So I was like, okay, he's gonna take some for himself and let them get the rest, right? And then they drove all their cars to this one neighborhood that don't have nobody living in it. And I'm like, where's the fucking neighbors? Like, okay, fine. And I was like, then they were like, can we search your house, ma'am? And I'm like, the obvious answer is no, right? But she's just like, oh, yeah, okay. Like, and I was like, okay, she's in on it or something. Because this don't make no damn sense. Like, yeah, all you regular ass cops in regular ass cars with no uniform. Like, yeah, just come in my house and do whatever. Okay, fine. So what the fuck? And then they go upstairs and they said, see all this money, like millions of dollars worth of money. And you're going to count it by hand. So I'm going to sit in this movie for an hour and a half watching y'all count money in the garage. Like, it just started to like irritate me. And then when he was like, oh, yeah, there's only 150K. And you're saying it right in front of the girl. Like, why? It didn't make sense. And then you go into the garage, be like, hey, we're going to take the money. Okay, you good with that? Okay. I was like, this don't make no damn sense. So it was just like irritating the fuck out of me, like the whole movie. And then Glenn, of course, yeah, I just assumed that he would get his head. I was waiting for like a bat to just come out of nowhere and just like murder it. Like I was just like, and then the whole cartel thing where they were like, oh yeah, the 20 million, no problem, just take it. Like, what? I was just stressed out like the entire movie. I just wanted to vent. That's why I'm here.
And I appreciate you. We don't see you very often, and we appreciate, but we gotta let everybody vent a little bit, and then we'll come back to you. We'll come back to you. I promise. I see. All right. Okay. We gotta circulate. All right, Kim. So you watched it twice.
Yes.
Does it hold up?
To me, it does. I mean, I didn't take it that seriously. It's just a movie, so I enjoyed it. I mean, from what I saw from other people who recapped it, there was a crew who was like this, real cops in Florida who actually got locked up in the 80s. It was like 12 cops that were doing this. Cartels actually do own a lot of neighborhoods where there's no people and they hide money in them. So these things are real. It was kind of inspired by some of the stuff that happened in Florida. So
yeah, the only thing that's
I thought it was odd though. I mean, when I was first seeing, I was like, why is there nobody coming outside? Nobody saying anything? Like, because it was all this noise, and the girl Desi, when she opened the door, I was like, why would she let them in? Like, some people get scared and they just let cops in because they just see cops, like, you know, and they're like, oh, I gotta let them in, but you don't actually have to. But I've seen people do that. But when she let them in, after that, I was kind of like, when they went into the house and they started looking at everything and not really paying attention to what she was saying. You said you were going to do this, and now you're all over my house or whatever. And I was like, well, that's your own problem. That's your own fault. So now just go sit down and wait and see what happens. So, yeah. Yeah, I didn't, like I said, I didn't really have too many issues with it. I just thought I probably wouldn't let them in, only because I watch a lot of crime shows. True crime shows. I wouldn't have let them in, but she wouldn't have let them in. The movie wouldn't have been able
to happen. The movie can't happen. No, I got you. Yeah, all right, come on. We're gonna get back Stacy because she had a lot of mind. Stacy, okay. Part 2. Stacy has great.
I lost my track of mine. Thank you.
All right. Okay,
back to the based on a true story. So you know I had to go look this shit up, right? So like, okay, the only thing that's real is the money and the fact that dude's son died from cancer. All of the rest of this shit is like just thrown in for like excitement purposes.
It's inspired, not
that's the key word.
Okay, inspired. So I was like, I don't know. You can go to your money.
Okay, my turn. So let's get with I enjoyed this. The twist at the end I didn't see it coming. I knew the phone books was used as a decoy because Lolo made a point of mentioning them. To that point, I love how the phone book came back, the car came back, like so many things that you think they're just saying random shit, but like it all comes together like when it's at the end. And it's like it's a lot of great attention to detail that I was because I was like, why are we talking about this car, the station wagon? Like, why am I caring about these phone books? But like, no, don't forget. And I was like, okay, I won't forget. And that stuff came back. Glenn is Mike Rowe. He's the Korean actor, and he is Glenn on The Walking Dead. So that's what we get that from. I enjoyed the movie also.
And he was murdered. Don't forget the part that he was murdered with a bat that had nails in it.
As represented in the comic books, Negan beat his head in. So
that's
Terry
when
and I
stopped watching that show. I was done.
I was like, I gotta get off this train. I mean, Negan was no one to fuck with. And speaking of Glenn getting his brains splattered, when Matt Damon was behind him, and I'm like, oh, Matt Damon is gonna rob this house, and the only thing standing between him and that money is good Glenn. I was like, yeah, Glenn's about to get in the back of the head right now. We're just gonna keep this thing moving. That's what I thought. And then when he was alive, I was like, oh, he's gonna kill him later. I was like, oh, okay. And then he didn't kill him. I was like, oh shit, well, this is anticlimactic. But then it wasn't even him. Like he just arrested him. I agree. The car and the phone books were important. Absolutely. Going back, so going back with I said, is this gonna hold up if you watch it again? I'm looking at Jackie and I got questions. I'm like, so she's talking to Desi. If you go back, we have to assume that that Desi's the one that called her, and it's almost like they're just meeting because she's like, "Hey, I'm here for you. It's okay. I'm gonna protect you." Okay. Then you see her not only shooting at moving targets, but she's texting at the same time, and I'm like, "What special forces training did you go to that you can type a text message and shoot with accuracy?" I was like, impressive. Then my question was, why is she texting Matt Damon and not Ben Affleck? You know, the man she's fucking. Like, that's what I'm confused on, because that's your man. So why are you not texting him with your last breath of like?
But they said that she gave him, Matt Damon, the promotion to lieutenant over.
So what that has to do with your vagina?
It doesn't have to. You was putting your vagina into it. I was saying it has to do with.
Yeah.
No. If I feel I got dirty cops under me, if I feel like I'm about to get killed, maybe by cops, maybe I text the person I'm in love with. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I was like, Terry, if you're about to die, who would you text? Who would you trust with the secret? And you're like,
okay, let me say, I understand what you're saying, but Jackie was not thinking about herself dying. She was thinking about Desi being in that house and something happening to her. Her lieutenant that she hired over her boyfriend. Remember that? Her lieutenant, which was Dane, that's who she should give that information to. That's what she was thinking. She wasn't thinking, oh, let me say goodbye to my penis.
No, you say goodbye to you trust the person that you trust with your body. That's to me. Like, if I trust this person with not again, you would think they have something, unless I miss something, right? Like you would, to me, that's what Matt Damon was thinking. If I'm Matt Damon and I'm like, your girlfriend, which we all knew, who's our boss, mind you, texts me, then she trusts me more than you. And that's why I'm like, I'm not bringing you in until I 100% trust you. Because that's what crossed my mind. Because like that's suspicious.
But that was the case, wasn't it? Because he did not tell
Ben Affleck until later.
Until almost the very end.
And I'm like, what? So then if you watch it again, it was the 150K was the trigger, right? Like, that's made him go, oh, it must be Roe. That happened immediately. Like, once that happened, that's very early in the movie.
But also too, the first time he was asked about the money was by Tiana Taylor, and he said 75. Then he said 150. Then at one point he said 300K, and that's when Ben Affleck was like, "Wait a minute," because he kept saying different amounts, and I was like, "Why does he keep doing that?" Like,
no. Again, that I'm talking about. He said once he heard it from the phone. Once he heard it on the phone, that's when he was like, "Which one of these people?" So he assumed someone on his team was a part of it. Once he heard it, and he was like, "The only person I said that to was Roe." At this point, he doesn't go, okay, I need a partner. Like what? At no point does he explain when he finally said, okay, like he goes to chase Ben Affleck at the house, and he's like, now I'm gonna tell him. I'm like, you should have thought a little bit up front. You should have been like, wait a minute, let me put some more effort on Rose/Glenn. Let me look at him because he's the only one that knew about the 150K as the amount. That's what I'm saying. So that's the only thing that doesn't kind of hold up when you watch it again. Like for me, like
he had him outside. He tried to keep him outside or whatever. Even when he came back, he was like, "Why are you back in here?" or whatever. Nah, we good with the count. Go back outside.
It's funny that you bring that up because Tiana Taylor and Lolo should have stole money.
No, I think Lolo should have stole a shit ton of money. I'm like, yeah, I'm not about to die for this shit. I got a bullet for this. No, y'all gotta bring me up.
My point is, before Matt even came, at one, I 100% loved the fact that Matt was like, all of this was theater. I knew that you were listening, Desi, and that's why I was talking at the top of my lungs. I'm like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Like, why are you secretly trying to rob this thing in front of a witness unless you're going to murder her? And it's like, no. All that was part of the plan. But the thing is, your two detectives were talking about stealing that money, and you weren't even there. Like, they were the first ones to be like, hey, girl. And they're the only one counting the money. They're the only ones counting the money. They were talking about stealing the money before Matt even got involved. They're the ones that took the money to the feds. I'm like, they're going to take something. They're going to take something. Because only thing that Matt knows is about 20 million. He guessed about 20 million. That's what he said. So, okay, if we give 20 million and, maybe an extra 500, we can just take the rest. Who's gonna know? I thought they were gonna steal to the very end. Those two in particular. That's what I thought. And I'm like, that didn't happen. And I'm like, this is not realistic. Like, not with the characters that they gave us. To me, I'm
like, the money should have been covered up anyway. Like, you put money in those type of containers or drums or whatever for a reason to cut down the smell. You're supposed to put like pickle juice or Vaseline or. You're supposed to wrap it up in something so that the drug sniffing dogs don't get to it. That's the whole purpose of putting it in a container like that to seal it.
They didn't want to have pickle juice all over the set, I guess. I mean, it is a movie with that. But
they had the rotary phones in the phone books. I'm like, you could tell that was inspired by directly from the 80s because I'm like, you'd be hard pressed to find rotary phones in phone books in the 2020s.
Yeah. Stacey, you said?
That's the way they found it in real life in the orange tubs in the wall. So they just kept it the same. As far as the girls stealing the money, I think they did that to throw us off because I'm pretty sure they were in on everything from the beginning, which is why they were the ones to put the phone books in there, which is why they were the ones to stay back at the house and all that stuff. I think they knew. Like, I think he knew that these two could be trusted, even though old girl can pay her child support for some weird reason. The only thing that didn't make sense was Desi being in on it or not in on it. I'm still a little confused about that. Like she had to have been in on it from the beginning.
She was a lookout for the cartel, yes.
Yes.
But she did, yes. So from the beginning, yes. And she was somehow working with Jackie, I guess, but and to what extent?
But she wasn't aware of who on the team was the bad guy. She just assumed that Ro was the good guy.
Yes.
Because he has a good guy face.
Well, to her defense, he was the only cop not actively talking about stealing the money up to that point. So she was like, hey.
He's not in on it.
I'm saying what she clearly heard by design was almost every other cop like, we can just take this damn money.
And does nobody know how to use a rotary phone?
Just make a
Because
call
they were
out?
like, they had to give up their phones, and they were like, "Well, I need to call this and do this." Like, it's a rotary phone right there. Like, just call your kids.
Just pick it up. Just pick it up and start dialing. Hey, how did they get the number in the first damn place? Like, that's my like. I was like, well, how did said DEA agent get the number to the house in the first place?
In the phone book.
I'm talking about the guys outside, like the DEA agent. Like you did. So Glenn sat there and was like, I mean, I
You
didn't
go to the phone book, look at Abuela, whatever the heck her name was, look her up. She's in the phone book. She's been living in that house forever. Look her up in the phone book.
Okay,
I'm like, it's probably the only phone line that's active in the whole neighborhood.
well, again,
And it's a cop, right? So cops can look up any phone, any address and find a phone number. Like the only reason why 911 asked you your address and your phone number is to so that it could be recorded that you said your phone number and your address. They know where you're calling from already, and they know the phone number. So it's, I mean, they're cops. This is not hard information to get.
So then we okay. So then we go if they knew all that ahead, they should have just went straight to the house. DEA agent and Glenn should have went straight to the house and robbed the house. It's like they waited for the rip to happen for Glenn to go, oh shit, this is real and this is a lot of money. So he's like, hey boss, like DEA agent, like we need to move on this now. And at that point, he was thinking, oh man, Matt Damon is also dirty. So we gotta get to this money before he gets rid of the money. So I assume she wanted Matt to know about the rip. Yes. Matt was above Ben. Yes. Yes.
Okay. The initial rip was 150K. That's what Roe knew. That's the number he had. So that's what the DEA guy had, right? Oh, it's 150K for the score, right?
No, he just made that up 100%. He had no idea. He just made a number up.
Wait,
the DEA
about
guy?
Roe.
No.
Roe and the DEI guy were working together. As far as Roe knew, it was 150K. That's what he told DEA guy.
Yes.
So Tim, Roe, DEI guy, all the other DEI guys, the two cops that rolled up, they were going to do all that for 150K. Like, it was a lot of them.
I feel that when they first came in, they said 150K on the phone. I hear you. I'm assuming since off camera, since he actually they start pulling out the bricks. You know what I'm saying? That Rose somehow said, nah, there's a lot more money here. Because that doesn't make any sense. That's what, like, he did have the phone. So at some point he must have said off camera.
I'm like, even the girl was Desi, who was handcuffed to the chair. When you see them bringing out all that stuff from the attic, you're like, this is obviously is more than 150K. There's a big proportional difference in how much money it takes to fill up 20 million opposed to 150,000. It was obvious. It was just, this is maybe what we'll file as what we found as 150,000, but that's what the official police report was going to say. But there's more money to be had for people with less ethics or morals to take.
So I thought so both of you are correct. When did Glenn relay to the DEA agent that this is the hits and this is how much is there? Because it doesn't make, as soon as they pulled out the first bucket, it was 300 like stacked, like in the first stack. So at some point he before he took the phone, that was after he found the money. So we have to assume that Glenn contacted DEA agent, saying we're going to the house. There could be 150K there. They got there. He sent them the address. And once he actually started pulling out the money and he realized it was more than 150K, his phone, his official phone was taken away from him. So he didn't have time to text. It wasn't until he was outside by himself that he started texting. And the phone call must have happened before then. So then at that point, the next phone call of you got 10 minutes is when they knew there's like $20 million in there. Also, Ben Affleck also called the same villain, not knowing he was a villain, and was like, yo, we got like 20 million up here. And Matt is acting crazy. And he was like, oh, really? Okay, well, I'll head over there. I was like, there's something wrong with this dude. Like at that, when he was acting all kind of shady, he was like, yeah. We'll come look into that.
Walked on screen. I was like, Something ain't right with him.
Something. It just, I did love. Okay, my two major questions. Cartel takes over a whole city. We discussed, but only leaves one person to monitor the entire.
That knows Morse code.
Then, and who is he sending the message to? Because it's just him in the fucking, like, what? Like, are you telling yourself? Because I don't see backup coming, because Desi was worried about the cartel coming in and kill everyone. That's who she was worried about. But all of a sudden, dirty cops show up, and I'm like, who was shooting at them? Who was the guy jumping roofs like Daredevil? Like, was that the cartel, or was that one of the dirty cops?
That was one of the
That
cops.
was one of the cops.
That was one of the cops.
Yeah, they showed one of the guys' faces, and
I
I'm
think it
assuming
was the
that was
taller
the guy
one.
in the
It
cop
was-
car.
Yeah, it was a guy in the cop car, the white guy.
Okay, all right. Because I was like, who shoots up a house, then says, fuck it, we'll just wait and see what happens. Like, if you're gonna go that far, you just killed the cop
Go
already.
in the house.
Just go in and murder these people and let Glenn help you and just take all the money. Like, what are we doing right now? It's a cartel neighborhood, right? So they did it. And especially for a cartel to be like 20 million, that's what we do on a Tuesday. Go ahead, bro. It's okay. We just don't want no smoke. Thank you. And the video call was the most hilarious part.
Yeah, with the Kentucky Fried Chicken guy.
Yo, that was him. I love it.
What?
I love it. From Breaking Bad. It was one of the Breaking Bad characters, actors, on the phone. Like, hello, you can just take our money, Mr. Police Officer, because we don't want no smoke.
Oh, the guy with the white hair, the cartel guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He was in Breaking Bad.
I feel like, yes, I do recognize him. So, Jamani, you saying he's from Breaking Bad? Because
No, I'm not saying that. I was just saying I was just saying how they did like the avatar to make him look like he was Colonel Sanders.
I didn't see the avatar. Excuse me.
I didn't even notice it was Avatar. I just thought it was a guy.
I thought it was just him. Yeah, I don't remember the Avatar part.
No, you see him, he's walking, right? And then, like, that's how the conversation first starts off. And then when he starts talking, with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck or whatever, then you see you just see his face, and it's like like a cardboard cutout almost of like Colonel Sanders or whatever. So his face is just plastered into that to look that way.
Matt didn't leave the garage until the first phone call. So then they mentioned 150K. That is when he knew who was dirty. All right. So I just there you go. That's the comment. I was when I saw, I was like,
he was the only one though.
Was not the only one.
That role was the only one just because they said 150K. He still could have been working with one of them.
So that's what I thought. Maybe he was like, okay, I know it has to be at least him, so I'm gonna let this ride to see
That's
if
why
anybody
he kept letting it go. Otherwise, he should have just been like, okay, I know you, just
right,
whatever. And it would have been.
We could just wrap this shit up. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, what are we still in this house for? And apparently, an army is coming for this money. But not really, because the cartel was like, we good. So I'm like, So again,
so they're gonna put a car in front of the garage door, and that's their protection. I didn't understand why they went there in their personal cars and not in like an armored vehicle. Like, even if it was 150K, you still want like something else. Specifically, you have to sit there for hours counting it by hand. Like, that didn't make sense.
I guess they didn't know how much it was going to be that they.
Regardless of how much it was, I'm saying they should have brought back up.
How much more backup would they? There was like 6 of them.
I'm talking about cars, vehicles, like actual armored vehicles.
Yeah.
Not a bike in a Hemi or whatever the fuck.
I love Tiana Taylor on the motorcycle. I was like, of course she is. it just fits her. It did look again, but so I think that's where Matt Damon was like, this is off the books. You can get into overtime, so let's just jump in our cars and drive over here. Bobby, like, that's work. So why am I taking my personal? I guess I'm just gonna drive home. I'm just gonna drive home after this. Like, no, we're gonna go back to the precinct, right? Because we got to count this money on site and then turn it into the authorities. But like, it just looks cooler if we're driving our own vehicles and Tiana Taylor's on a motorcycle. So we're just gonna do that. I don't know. Didn't the car get shot up then? Like, how were they able to drive it? Because they put it in front of the garage door. It got shot up, but somehow they were able to drive it out. And I was like, all right. I mean, let's just see where that goes. I did love the scene inside the SWAT car where like they're sitting there and the lights are moving around and it's like, what you gonna see and what's gonna happen and who's the real villain. I was like, this looks awesome. I was like, and I just thought I thought this was gonna start being a shootout just straight up there, like Enemy of the State. And I was like, and then it did kind of happen, right? Because Glenn was like, give me the phone, redial. I was like, oh shit. And that guy was like, boop. I was like, oh, Glenn is dead. He's like, nah, bitch, I got shot in the ear and I got stomped in the face, but I'm still going.
It was very intense.
Right.
It was really intense. And then they were in such, it's probably not a small space, but it looked small, I guess, because of all the tension.
Yes.
And then it was like, if they start shooting in there, it's going to ricochet because this is all metal. I was like, this is not a good idea. like y'all need to get out of the daggone truck and then start talking about this. Because, yeah, there's no cover. Like, there's nothing for you to get behind.
It was so, I was like, this is going to be good. And then for Glenn just to fall out the back of the truck, like he just got the money and he's like running. I'm like, oh, this is running.
I was like, his neck should have been broken. There's no way that you just boom out of the truck and you have the money and you run it. Like he was really running. Like I would have been like dragging, run, drag, run, drag. He was like actually running with this bag. I was like, okay, all right, somebody worked out.
And remember, he got shot in the ear and he got his ass whooped in the truck. So he's not in full condition before he fell out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
But the foot.
All I can say is after seeing him in this, I'm very excited. And was it 2-3 months when we get Beef season 2?
He's not going to be in it. It's a new cast.
It is?
Yeah. It's a whole bunch of white people. Sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Go watch Invincible. He's animated, but he's still him. So there you go. But I love the foot chase with Matt, and then the truck chase was awesome. I'm like, this is a movie by itself. Like he's just driving down, like, oh, I'm gonna kill you. I'm like, you know, I love this reminded me of what Bad Boys 2 should have been, because they're a TNT, and like that's what Bad Boys 2 was, and it kind of that's what I was thinking about this whole thing. And then like when Ben Affleck finally kills the guy who kills his girl, I was like, yeah, that's what. Yeah, that makes sense. He's like, no, you ain't walking away from this. I don't give a fuck what you do. Like, you killed my girl. You got to go. You got to go. So I was like,
did y'all notice that there was like that supernatural element to it where Ben Affleck, like they quickly changed him to Jackie? Like his face changed. Well, it was just weird. But it was because she believed in supernatural. We did get that little piece. She believed in witches. Remember? They were talking about it. That Jackie believed in like the another realm and all that stuff. And then that was that whole thing at the end when that little girl, her mom said, come here, Jackie. That's why they didn't say anything. They were just using that as it's, you know, Jackie is here with us. She's okay with what we did. Y'all didn't notice that part?
No. So the first one, I took it to 7. Like when as he's remembering her. That's how I took when it's like, because it was real quick. I took it like Brad Pitt being like, "No, you killed my girl," and like he shot her. At the end, I can see what you're talking about. I'm like, is she really there or not? Because I was like, what the fuck is happening? So I was like, so that I can understand when they're on the beach and they're just sitting there and like you see like, and I was like, Jackie, what is happening? And it's like, oh no, that's all in their heads, or at least one of their heads. So yeah, that's all about. Stacey, I saw your face. What's up?
Back to the car chase. You're chasing an armored vehicle down the street, which again, no people. Anyway.
No traffic. None.
And you're shooting at the armored vehicle as if it's not armored. Okay. Fine. You fall off a bridge and land smack upside down. You just get out and you're just like, okay, you killed my girlfriend. Like, I was annoyed.
I can actually answer that or whatever. Oh, I watched it with the audio description on or whatever. So it says every time he shoots at the actual armored truck, it says he's trying to shoot out the tires. So he's not actually trying to shoot the actual armored truck. He's trying to shoot out the tires.
Get the tires, but I'm pretty sure they're run flat. So
No,
So-
he was trying to shoot at the tires because I thought that it was ridiculous too. But he was trying to shoot the tires out.
yeah,
The armor part of it,
run flat.
but the tires
It's
can't be
probably
shot out. But it still look odd. Yeah.
It still looked it cinematically, it looked awesome. It didn't make a lot of sense. Like none of it made a lot of even with the last, I was like, y'all dead, right? Because that's a pretty big fall. Like you ain't walking away from that shit. Just like Glenn shouldn't have walked away from his situation, but they're like, it's a movie, right? So let's just keep moving.
And this is Florida, right? Shouldn't there be gators in the swamp water?
Oh, wait a minute. That's another thing too. I want to ask you guys. Did you notice that nobody was sweating? I don't know when's the last time any of you have been to Florida. I've been there recently. My grandson was born in Florida. Florida is hot as hell. Okay. It's like going into hell. And then, it's hot, like really hot. You can't help but sweat. There's nobody sweating this entire movie. Not one person was sweating. And then nobody was sweating. And I was like, that's bullshit. And okay, maybe inside the house they had the air conditioner on. Okay. But on the beach, you're not sweating. Even when the sun is going down, it is hot as hell. It's humid
As
as
somebody raised in the South, raised in humidity, I don't sweat. It's just not.
Okay, well, you are superhuman because I was sweat. My son got married on the beach. I thought I was going to die.
Because you're not used to.
Hot. It was hot, man, and I was sweating. The whole bridal party was sweating. We were all sweating. Okay, so I don't know. You're a superhuman, Stacy. Bless you.
I'm just used to humidity.
It's called. The cartel phone call was insane. That wasn't us. We don't want no more problems because the dead police officer has messed up our business. How did they know about the dead police officer if they didn't kill her? When he went outside to watch the block, I thought he was gonna get shot. I think that's what we're doing. I just knew they were going to take each other outside. Yeah, I was like, okay, this is gonna be a cool shootout. Glenn went outside to watch the block. Yes, Ben's face did turn into Jackie's. VCAT cops. That's the guys that got broken up. And then Ben Affleck was like, yeah, you got rid of the best cops, even though they were bad. They would have solved this crime, but it's one of the VCAT cops that were shooting at you. So what? I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me. Dun, 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 dun. I could see why you would say that. Because it was kind of wild. Also, I want to back up to the brother moment, because if my brother, older or younger, and we're talking, and he knows that my girlfriend just got murdered, I'm not sure that he would be teasing me about this shit. And be like, I'm not gonna fuck you up. Like we're not fighting right now. And it's like they just want that drama moment to be like, oh my God, he attacked the Fed. Oh, that's his brother. A brother can investigate their brother's possible involvement in a cop killing. Like, shouldn't that not be okay? Like, I was like, I don't understand. I thought that was a bit plot convenience. Also, that major meant nothing. The guy from Batman, he meant absolutely nothing. And he looked just like he did in Batman, and he can't act. He cannot act. Like, I was like, I hate that man on all levels.
No, I disagree. And
which one? You think he can act?
Yes, he did a great job in Lost. You need to watch Lost.
Fuck Lost. Fuck Lost. Look, when From comes back, I just want to watch From. Fuck Lost and stop bringing it up. No point. No. Sorry. Hold up. The Chinese ninja was soft. He wasn't built like that.
Chinese.
He's Korean, but let's not. Anyway, I'll put all of them in a blunt for $20 million, starting with the annoying woman that was in From. Oh, that's right. That's where I knew her Lolo from. I was like, where the fuck? That's her. That's right. Thank you.
Who is she from?
Tabitha in From, right? She's Tabitha. Yeah.
Oh,
she's in From. Is it Tabitha?
Tabitha. She's the mother.
Yeah. That's her. She got a nose ring.
Her son, Ethan, the annoying son, is Ethan.
Yeah, that's her. That's her. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Right.
It's a small world. It's a small world. Yeah. Oh, anyway, the tattoos. I love the evolution of the tattoos. That when it's with Desi and you think Matt Damon's dirty, and it's like, what does that mean? And it's like, oh, you have to remind yourself that you're a good person. What does the other one mean? Don't worry about that. Then at the end, it's the same character. What does it mean? We're always the good. You're always a good guy. And it's like, yes, we always are. And I was like, this is message to his son. And I was like, this is beautiful. Like, it's an arc. And it's his son. When he saw the picture of his son, is when he apparently, I guess, is when he decided, I got to come up with a plan to catch who's ever doing this shit. But that's when he directly goes outside. It's like, hey guys, there's a rip for $300 to $100 to $75 to $5. I don't know. It's a rip. Let's just get in the cars and see what happens. This is wild shit. I don't know. And notice no one in the team talks to each other. Hey, Tiana, what are we doing? We about to risk our lives for 150?
Maybe that's why they had to
No,
go.
but they were like, it's a Crime Stopper tip. That's a Crime Stopper tip, but there was no evidence of the Crime Stopper tip that came in. So,
but again, that's what. But I'm saying it's like it's wild that none of them said 300. Only Ben Affleck was like, what? I thought it was 300. I thought it was 150. I thought it was 75. Like, we co-workers don't talk. Like, and then you see like $100 million or some shit. You're like, somebody lying, sir. It shouldn't have been just Ben upset.
But they thought that Desi was in on it. That's why they let the rules go on for so long, because they thought, okay, she's setting this up, or she set off the Crime Stopper tip so she could get what she actually did get in the end, which is a finder's fee.
I love, again, everything comes back. Like little things like this that's good writing, where you're like, I'm gonna pull something out there that seems kind of stupid, but it comes back. And I thought that was good. Stacey, I'm sorry, we were saying things. You were thinking.
Oh, I was saying that I was assuming they took separate cars so they couldn't talk to each other. Maybe, I don't know. As far as Desi getting a tip, like, couldn't she just take the money? Like, you go through all this, your Brayla's house get burned down, you get shot at, like, they just, I don't know what, like, what are we doing?
That's what I thought was gonna happen when the women were there. And again, they're the ones counting the money, but somehow Matt Damon is the one who's like, remember this number. So somehow I thought he just made up the final total, because he was not the one there counting the money, because he was too busy running around. But then he's the one showing Tiana and old girl like, hey, this is the number. This is okay. And I was like, oh, they're stealing the money, but they have to keep their story straight. Like, that was the point. And I was like, oh, this is good. And again, all the kid stay here. Why are we staying here? Stay here, damn it. It's the ladies who originally said we need to rob this place. It's Desi who's like, why? I told y'all to take the money in the first place. I just knew they were gonna be like 20 million to the cent. 20 million. That's great, guys. That's career bust. That's right. And the rest of that shit is on the beach. And they're like, this is your half and this is your half, because we're not stupid and we're not leaving, because I got kids to pay for it. Even though the kids live with me. I don't know. But like, I still got to pay child support. I was like, but none of that happened. To the last minute, Stacey, I was like, somebody's going to pop up with that money. At least some of that money.
I'm like, we went through all this for nothing to happen? Okay.
No. I don't got a dead son. But I loved how they used the dead son to not only justify Matt Damon stealing, but also why he wouldn't do it. Because he
was like, if the kid is already dead, what is he taking the money for? I could see if the kid was still in cancer treatment, but no, he was already gone. And they were like, oh, he has nothing to lose. But it's like, still, but like, what does he need the money for? He clearly isn't a high maintenance dude.
If the kid was in the hospital with cancer, doesn't he have like a hospital bill that still due?
Well, we don't know. Well, okay. So either way, that all came from the dirty DEA agent, which I thought, looking back on it, that could be where he's like, Matt is dirty. He probably is going to take that money. So we got to get there before he does, because ex-wife, like you said, like he's going to get out of this, right? And again, on his own, he said, I'm tired of being a cop. I'm tired of this bullshit. So I'm like, and then notice that when Matt Damon comes in to talk to Ben Affleck in the bathroom after his brother's interrogating him and all that shit. Did you notice how he kept on looking under the stalls like he was trying to make sure they were alone? And I was like, is this some dirty shit? Like, and then he said it was Ben's thing about a good cop throws out, the chum and see what comes up to the top. They stir up shit, right? Right after that, Matt goes, why am I a cop? Like, right? Like, this cop thing ain't really for everybody, right? And Ben is like, yeah, I guess, I was like, is he starting at this moment? Is he like, one of y'all dirty? So let me start with my boy to be like, you want to be a cop, do you? Nah, I steal some money. I mean, I guess. I mean, if we were just talking, right? Anyway, let me write your name down. You ain't shit. And be like, okay. So I was like, in the right circumstances, anyone could do it. I just knew they were going to steal something. But they were all good cops all along. And
what would have made this better? And I know a lot of people don't know about this because they're not in law enforcement, but they actually do this fairly frequently, which is integrity testing, where they'll set up a situation just like that, right? And you will be sent somewhere and, there's more money here than was reported, or there's drugs or something like that. And they'll be baiting you to see if you'll take it, right? And then testing your integrity or whatever. IA or, different things like that will set stuff up like that. They could have done that with this and saw if, had it been a whole play of, we're testing your integrity and, see which ones, the inner fighting, like 12 Angry Men, which ones of them want to take it and which ones don't want to take it and stuff like that. That would have probably been more of an interesting story. It might not have the same sort of twist of, Mike is in on, the whole thing, but I think that would have been more entertaining the whole way through though.
Well, again, that's what Matt was doing by himself. Like the whole point was to see who was going to, make a mistake and try to take the money. And it was really him doing all that, but he was doing it on the fly, you know what I'm saying? And so as I took it, like, he was like, oh shit, I got to figure this out. And he only let the cops in once he figured out they could be trusted. And then he was like, and then it all just became about, Glenn/Roe in the end. Anyway, we gotta get to Force on time because, people care. All right, Stacey, I know you're not coming to Force, so any final words?
Nah, it was okay.
All right, a lady, a few words. I respect that. Kim, any final words before we move on?
Nope, I enjoyed it. It was a really good movie to me. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.
Thank you, Kim. Jamani, similar.
If you like Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, then this is probably a good movie for you. I'm like, I bought them as cops. Not so much Tiana Taylor, because Tiana Taylor she just doesn't sound Florida. She just sounds New York in everything she does. So yeah. She wasn't in the way in the movie, so she served her purpose and it was good. But
okay, question. Wait. Before you finish, why does she have to sound Floridian in order to be in Florida? Like my people live in Florida. They're from DC. So I'm like, what is her sounding like she's from New York? There are different people from different areas in Florida. That doesn't even make sense.
Later.
What are you talking about? I'm in Oklahoma and I'm a New Yorker. Like, I
get what you're saying. I'm saying her accent and her verbiage is so strong that it sounds like if she is a transplant, she just moved there. It doesn't seem like, yes, I've been a cop in this town for a while, or
But why does that matter though?
It just adds.
She just plays a New York character. She just plays herself in every role. Like when she was in Straw, and she was playing an Atlanta cop. She was the exact same character.
Yeah, so
but there are people in Atlanta who are from the New York and Harlem.
Come on, we got more. It was all an actor off to find the dirty cops, and they found the killer. So everybody brought their accents and stuff to the table. So we'll say thank you guys very much for hanging out. We got to get to Chicago and see who's heading to New York City as we talk about the end of Force and the beginning of Legacy. So thank you guys very much, and we will see you soon.
I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching, people in the chat.
I enjoyed the view. I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You're gonna be like, oh shit,
Hilarious, absolutely hilarious.
You want to go ahead?
Oh shit!
Stacey, do your thing. Fuck that shit.
Anyway, please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just gonna end this broadcast and say bye.